afternoon, everyone, and welcome back to our BeeWell Live. My name is Kim, and I'm the fitness coordinator for Seneca, York. And today we are going to work with cable spools, and I'm going to show you how to upcycle them. So if you don't know what a cable spool is, they're actually pretty cool. You can find them on construction sites. Just don't go pick them up. Make sure you talk to the construction manager first. They're used for wiring and cable. So this is the big things that the construction companies, when they're doing the wiring for the houses or any of the utilities, this is what all their wire comes on. And it just rolls out just like a feeder. So you can find them there. You can find them on Kijiji. You can find them on Craigslist, Facebook Swap. You can go to utility companies and ask them if they have any that they're not using. A lot of the time, the utility companies and the construction companies will give them away to you for free, because that means it's something they don't have to dispose of. Like I said, just never walk onto a construction site and steal them, because you'll get yourself arrested, because that's trespassing, friends. All right, so cable spools, we're gonna upcycle it, and they have a lot of different uses that you can use for them. And what I've done is I've already started this one. I was hoping to finish it with you guys, but the weather kind of turned on me outside, and I didn't get all the painting finished, and I'm using varnish, so I really don't want that smell inside, because it can be very strong. So I will show you what I have done, what I am going to do, and the many different ways that you can use this. It's very cheap to do as well. And it becomes a piece of furniture, which is great, because then you can have that in your house, and it's a cheap way to furnish like a dorm or an apartment if you're a student on residence. All right, so this is the cable spool. The first thing I did was I wiped it down and then I sanded it. You want to just sand it just to get all the yuckiness of it and make it a little bit smoother, especially the wood top, because they do go through a lot of punishment on the construction sites, or if they've been sitting outside for a while. This one had been sitting outside. This actually came from a construction site, was really cool, and it was a little bit wet, so I had to wait for it to dry off. And then I sanded it down. The next step was painting it. So I used a dark mahogany varnish, so it's weatherproofed, and this is what the bottom looks like. I painted the bottom first, because I was hoping to do the top with you guys for the live. The other thing I added were just these felt pads. They're right next to the screws that are holding the whole thing together. That way, if you're pulling it across the floor, you're not going to tear up your floor, and it's protected. And you can find these easily at a dollar store, so I picked these up at Dollarama. And all it is just a sticky pad, so I just undid them and stuck them to the bottom. That way it'll slide against the floor. So to give you an idea, we're just going to use this side because it is finished, and you can see what it's going to look like when it's done. So this would be the bottom, the top's not painted yet. So here's your cable spool. So this one comes up about mid-shin on me. There are different sizes and different circumferences that you can find. This is a little bit of a smaller one, which is great for the project I want to do. So what I'm going to do is show you the top. So this is another piece, unfortunately unfinished again, because the weather just turned on me today. It started raining and I had to bring it inside. This is a top wooden slat piece that I found at Dollarama. It was very, very cheap, and I painted it the same color, and it's actually going to sit on top. This is the top for now. And what I'm going to do is I can either drill it in, screw it in, or nail it in, or I can use wood glue using some clamps just to attach it there, and it just gives me a nice little bit of an elevated top and a little bit different thing. If you are into checkers or chess, you can actually divide this into like a game board as well. You can put a glass top on it if you can find a piece of glass. The easiest thing to do is go around to either the thrift shops, you can go around to the junk stores, or you can go around on garbage day when everyone's kind of putting their junk out on the street, and you can find those glass tops as well. Or you can go to any of the craft stores or Home Depot stores, anything like that. So that's the top there that'll be attached. The other thing I have are just these wooden slats. These are actually repurposed wood slats, or recycled. I took down a fence earlier this summer, and this was the lattice work that went around the top of it. And I've just used these ones, I've cut them down, and once again, I've painted them. What I'm gonna do is, using some wood glue, this is nice and easy because it does pull up for me right now. Those are going to go right around the side. You can see that there. Just providing a little bit of a barrier, a little bit of a divider. And they're going to go all the way around. Like I said, I am going to attach them with some wood glue. And I'm going to finish painting them. and they go around like that. Just provide a divider. So if you're really, no, it's not gonna go in for a second. If you're really fancy and wanna really work with wood, then you can do other things as well to enclose that. So that is the last step. Glue those down. You can screw them in, you can nail them in as well. And what I've done actually now is I've made myself a bookcase. So a nice little round bookcase with a top on it that can go right next to a seat. This is actually going up to a trailer. It's going to be inside, and it's going to have a whole bunch of books right next to an easy chair. So there is a bookshelf for you. It can be a coffee table. The other thing is, if you have DVDs, you can make it into like a DVD rack as well. If you don't have the top on it, there is a nice hole at the top. Let me move those books out of the way for you. So this hole here, you can put an umbrella in there. If you are fancy with wiring or you find a really cool lamp, you can take the base off the lamp as well. You can feed, because there is a hole at the bottom, you can feed the cord out through that, and there you go, you've got a lamp stand as well. So many different things you can do with the cable spools. Like I said, they are really fun, they're easy to find, they're easy to work with as well, and with all the materials, the paint was actually the thing that cost me the most. But the good thing is that paint I have for many more cable spools after this. It will actually paint maybe about 6 of them once I'm done. But you don't even have to do the paint. You can sand it down and you just put a clear coat on it as well. All the other stuff came from Dollarama, or I found out and about, recycled and reused. So now you get a really cheap coffee table, piece of furniture that can go in your dorm room, your apartment. It can go on the deck of a backyard, into a trailer. Kids would love doing this as well. You can paint them many different colors. And that is upcycling cable spools. I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you very much for tuning in. Please be safe, be well, be healthy, be active, and we'll see you again soon. Take care.